Hi, second graders. Welcome to day 3 of our place value module. So the past 2 days, we've been focusing on numbers just up to 100, so 2-digit numbers. But today, we're going to start looking at numbers all the way up to 1,000. So our objective for today is I can represent numbers up to 1,000 using base 10 blocks. So in first grade, I know you learned up to 120, but in second grade, we're going to go all the way up to 1,000. So to start, let's start with the number 99. So let's go ahead and build that number 99. Ready? You're going to count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Now what happens if we would add one more 1? Uh-oh. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 ones. Can we have 10 ones in one place value? No. So what we have to do is we have to take these 10 ones, and these 10 ones become 110. Uh-oh. But now how many 10s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we have 10 10s in one place value? No. So these 10 10s become 100. Because remember, you cannot have more than 9 in one place value. So when we got to 10 ones, we had to make our 10 ones into a 10. And when we had 10 10s, we had to make our 10 10s into 100. So today we're going to practice on counting on in both tens and hundreds. So start counting with me with tens, and I bet you're going to notice a pattern. So ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's keep going. 110, 120. Do you see how we just take like this first one and we add on a 1 in the hundreds place? So if you would keep going, you could do 130, 140, and so on. Now let's try counting by hundreds. Ready? Count with me. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Do you know what comes next? 1,000. All right, let's practice building some numbers. So first today, I'm going to show you how to build numbers using the base 10 blocks, and then we're going to practice drawing them too, okay? So let's start with the number 150. When I look at 150, I'm going to first look at the ones. Do I have any ones? No. So no ones. Next, I'm going to look at the tens. I see that there are 5 tens. So I'm going to move my 5 tens into my tens place value. So when I count, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So the value of this 5 is 50. Next, I'm going to look at my hundreds. I have 100. So the value of this one is 100. Let's try another number. Now let's do 574. Let's start in the ones again. I know that I have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. The value of this 4 is 4. Now let's look at the tens. I have 7 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know the value of this 7 is 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Now let's look at our hundreds place. We have a 5 in the hundreds place. So let's do our 500s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's count the number all together. Ready? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550, 560, 570, 571, 572, 573, 574. All right, now let's look at drawing our base 10 blocks. So now we're going to set up our HTO chart, our hundreds, tens, and ones chart. I like to put an H, a T, and an O. Now let's look at our ones place. We have 9 ones. So remember when we draw our ones, we just draw a little dot. So we're going to draw 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when I organize this, when I'm drawing, I organize it into a tens frame. Remember, a tens frame has 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom. And that way, when I'm counting them, it's easy for me to keep them nice and organized. Sometimes when I make my dots all over the paper randomly, I get confused if it's actually part of my ones or not. So if I organize them in my tens frame, it makes it nice and easy to see. All right, so now let's look at our tens. I have 1 10. Remember when we draw our tens, we just draw a straight line. And finally, let's look at our hundreds. I have 2 hundreds. So when I draw my hundreds, I draw a square. So I have 2 hundreds. All right, let's count our number all together. Ready? 100, 200, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 215, 216, 217, 218, 219. All right, now I want you to try this one with me. So go ahead and draw out your chart. Draw a straight line across and 2 down. And then at the top, you can put an H for hundreds, a T for tens, and an O for ones. All right, let's start in our ones. How many ones are you going to draw? Hopefully you're drawing 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's look at our tens. How many tens are you going to draw? Hopefully you're drawing 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's look at our hundreds. This time we have 7 hundreds. So you're drawing 7 squares. All right, ready? Let's count our number all together. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 710, 720, 730, 731, 732, 733, 734, 735, 736, 737. All right, so today for your independent practice, what you are going to do is you are going to practice building 3-digit numbers. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can practice drawing it just like we did, or you can also practice using these virtual math manipulatives, and I will show you how to get there and how to use those. All right, so to get to our virtual math manipulatives, you are going to come down here and you're going to go to our button called Extra Resources. When you click on that, you're going to scroll down And see our virtual math manipulatives right here? When you click on that, that's going to open up a Google slide for you that we use in class. So we have things like money and shapes. We also have geoboards. We also have Cuisenaire rods. There's all sorts of fun stuff. So we're going to use down here these base 10 blocks. So on our slide, you'll notice ours were yellow, but these are different colors. So when we click on this, and then you'll click on this blue little link right here. So now it's going to open this window, and you'll see all these different math tools on the side. You'll notice at the top we have polygons. We're going to scroll down until what they call number tiles, but we call them base 10 blocks. And now you're going to practice building numbers. So for example, you might start with the number 212. So I'm going to bring out my 200s. 212. 110. 2 ones. And you'll notice I kind of like to organize it as if there were an HTO chart here. So I have my hundreds together, my tens together, and my ones together. And then what I want you to do is I want you to practice counting it. 100, 200, 210, 211, 212. And now you can create another one. So if you come down to the little trash can, it will clear your canvas. And then maybe your learning coach wants to give you a number. Maybe you want to think of your own number, maybe a brother or sister. Or maybe you want to try the number 999. So then you would build your number and then practice counting it to make sure you got it right, and then try it again. So this is just for your practice. You don't need to turn anything in with this, but just practice building those numbers and counting them, okay? Have fun with it.